Good evening, my lovelies. How are you? Hope you are all amazing and fighting fit. So this is actually the second time I've done this. For some reason my phone is not playing ball. I think the memory's getting a bit full. So I've reverted back to my faithful old friend Zoom in a bid to, just touch base on a more personal level rather than just typing all the time. A bit boring, really, isn't it? So anyway, wanted to update you all, really. The leaders had a call with Andrew and Wayne and Justin earlier this evening, and there was lots of really useful bits and bobs that came out of it, and I just wanted to kind of fill you guys all in, because some of them I think are bits and bobs that you may well all be wondering about, or certainly some of the questions that I had got answered. So yeah, I thought I would give you a bit of a précis and update you all. So here goes. Hold on to your pants. It was an hour-long meeting, and I'm going to try and not take an hour to tell you all about it. To begin with, they just touched on some of the announcements from the weekend, which were absolutely fabulous. Obviously, we all know all about them now, and really, just to make everybody aware and get people understanding that actually this new brand that they've created is fundamental, and it's kind of almost like a new launch of the company that will set us up for the 20s and 30s and 40s, and going forward it's absolutely massive. And all of the green bits that they brought in are just absolutely massive strokes of genius. One of the things that I wasn't aware of is they've actually created kind of like a green, kind of A4 green kind of sheet, which tells you all about the green credentials we now have, which is perfect for downloading. That is on the partner portal. If you go to the news section on the left-hand menu, and there's a news story which is helping your customers to do their bit to protect the planet. In there it says click here to download a fact sheet. So download that as a PDF, save it somewhere safe, and make sure that you use that, maybe even laminate it and show it out to people when you're out and about with customers. What else did they kind of let us know about? Obviously, we're aware that pretty much everything in the world has ground to a halt now, and UW is no different in terms of events and stuff. COEs and ops are moving, COE and ops, so let's get rid of the abbreviation. COE is College of Excellence, so all the trainings essentially. So that's the getting started skills, the getting to FTL, all of those kind of trainings. They're all moving virtual. How on earth would we have coped with coronavirus 30 years ago before the internet, eh? How lucky are we to still have at least this resource whereby we can continue and take everything virtual? Blinking amazing, really, in the face of, what is pretty tough times. Anyway, I digress. So the trainings and the opportunity presentations are all going virtual. Also, several people have been curious about what's happening with holidays and events. So people who are going to Peru, I'm sure you've probably been informed already, but unfortunately that has now been cancelled. Well, not sorry, cancelled, postponed to be more correct. That will be happening at some point, but just not next month. With regards to Paris, any subsequent holidays, Epsom, it's too early to know yet. So we just need to watch this space with that. The MAD bookings are out, and if you haven't got yours yet, well, why the hell not? Goodness me, this is in Cheltenham on the 5th and 6th of September, I believe, and they're already planning on making it bigger and better and trying to come up with ways of just supercharging the event to kind of almost to try and make up for the fact that we had to do Express Day virtually. Not that we really suffered, because we had a fantastic time, and I think we all kind of really still got a lot out of it anyway. But as Justin said, life gives us lemons and we make lemonade. So we're looking to really take everything into under our stride and under our wing, and all the other cliches that you can come up with, and really maximize the opportunities that we have around us, for which obviously Mad Day is going to be a massive one to bring everything together. If you haven't got your tickets yet, please get your tickets booked ASAP. You won't regret it. So going back to the trainings, I digressed slightly. Um, all the trainings have been kind of postponed. They have already trialed a virtual getting started skills training, so it's just about watching this space. But I don't know how quickly they're going to be rolled out. So, and you know how they mentioned at Express Day that any newbies coming on board will be able to choose whether or not they want to do Express Day. Sorry, I stand corrected, choose whether or not they want to do the getting started skills training, and they don't need to do it in order to become qualified and therefore start getting paid. Well, they've actually now backdated that, so anybody that has joined since February the 1st is now eligible to just have their getting started skills training ticked. They don't have to do it, although obviously we'd still strongly recommend it. And obviously the ops are going virtual. Head office are looking to get some sorted regularly out of head office. But on the flip side of that, please don't forget that there are lots and lots and lots of virtual opportunities, presentations happening regularly anyway. Our own very lovely Lloyd does an amazing one at 9:30 every single Thursday night that you can count on it. So I think it's really, really important that we now diarise those and really get inviting. I'm going to come a little bit onto in a minute some top tips for getting people, for talking to people in this kind of climate, because I think there's very much ways in which that should be done and ways in which that shouldn't be done. But ultimately, these are now our core opportunity to get the business in front of people, and we need to be optimizing those. So let's not hang around for head office to put some dates out. Lloyd is doing one tomorrow evening, Thursday evening at 9:30. I'll put the link in the group. Make sure you invite lots and lots and lots of people onto it, because there's no maximum to the amount of people we can have there. Pizza Tuesday as well, obviously devastatingly it's not happening this month. We miss out on our first plate of our own dough bowls. But on a bigger picture, Pizza Tuesday is about kind of connecting us all and giving us that bit of connectivity. Certainly when we're at home, we, you know, especially all this self-isolating thing, you know, life gets a bit tedious by ourselves all the time. It's really important we stay connected. So actually, several of the leaders have come up with the idea of making Pizza Tuesday virtual. Why can't we have a bit of fun, have a pizza, have a quiz, and drink so much that we don't have to worry about how we're going to get home? Perfect. So I'm really up for doing that, leading the Newport one virtually. I will put something in the group, but let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Let me know if you're up for getting a pizza in and sitting down to eat together at 8 o'clock from the comfort of our own living rooms. Lots of different things and ideas on that as well. So come to me if you've got any suggestions or things that you think could work. I'm well up for taking suggestions, but ultimately, you know, it's really, really, really important that we stay in touch and that we keep the contact going as we would do if we were able to meet up face to face. That's going to be the easiest, smoothest, most fun way of getting through this. And I, for one, am not about to sit down and have a bit of a pity party waiting for this all to pass. We just got to take it as it comes and make the lemonade, as Justin said. And then kind of the call moved on to obviously the coronavirus and the impact that it's having on Team Purple. And really, it's really important that, you know, that people get empathetic and sensitive, and, you know, that really people remember that ultimately we're a company that cares. We need to make sure that we are approaching people, because absolutely people need help, and we have a massive opportunity to show them, but equally there's ways in which we need to do that, and ways in which we don't need to be doing that. So there's a couple of things that they've noticed from head office already, in that, you know, people are already looking to hear about positive things. They're looking forward to the future and looking forward to ways in which they can really just have something to look forward to. And, you know, we do have a huge opportunity that is all about helping people, and that's what we need to get out there. Also, head office will already find that there's a large group of people that are just sitting there twiddling their thumbs and going, right, okay, well, might as well sort my life out. The amount of smart meter appointments that are being made is going up through the roof. So don't be backward and coming forward when it comes back to going to your old customers and making sure they've got smart meters booked in and all that kind of thing. what else have we got here? Remote appointments. So remote appointments are the way forward. There's no two ways about it. You know, there's going to be occasions when we can still go and sit on people's sofas, and if you're safe to do so and they're safe to do so, then happy days. However, there will be a large number of people that don't want us going and sitting on their sofas. Equally, I get that too. So it's really important to get good at doing remote appointments. There's lots of different videos flying around at the moment. I've posted several of them in the group, whether it be telephone appointments or Zoom appointments or a combination of the two. But a couple of urban myths are, yes, we will get paid quip and holiday points on our own appointments that we do remotely. And our customers that we sign up will also qualify for the £150 spend and save thing. There is also a new tool in place that will really make life so much easier for doing telephone remote sign-ups. It's coming soon, but it's going to be a couple of weeks yet. So please don't wait. We've still got matching or doubled holiday points for the next, or tripled, I suppose, holiday points for the next 10 days or so. We really, really, really need to maximise it and make the most of the opportunity to get that. So don't wait for this tool to come out. Let's get out there and start seeing people ASAP. Now, several people have asked me whether or not there is, we can get supporting or matching CGB and holiday points for supporting appointments that we do remotely. And this has been something that a lot of people around the network have asked head office. However, as yet, and I don't know if it will ever come into place, but right now it's not something that they can do. There's a lot of technology that would need to be put into place to make that happen in a secure way. Not that they think that there's many of us out there that would kind of, you know, bend the rules and take them for a ride, but ultimately, unfortunately, there are people out there who might abuse it, and there's a massive investment by the company in giving supporting quip, matching quip, and they just can't afford, or they can't take that risk at the moment, really. So it's not something that they are looking to do at this moment in time, which I get is disappointing. But let's look at the bigger picture here, guys. You know, we never used to have supporting quip. Our priority is ultimately to get a really positive, you know, upbeat, fast started ID. And the team member is what it's all about. You know, having team members makes the biggest difference, and having somebody that's got started fast or even started fast is kind of like the holy grail, really. So let's not focus on the matching quip and holiday appointments. Let's just get on and get building our team, because ultimately, bigger picture, that's where the money is. That's where the kind of the reality is. There has obviously been an impact on NHQ, that's national headquarters to you and me, using these non-abbreviated gubbins, and there's going to be an impact to customers. And I just wanted to reassure people that that head office have got it under control. Not that that should be any surprise to people, but they are rolling out a wave of people working from home. There will be a skeleton staff still at the office, but by the end of next week, they anticipate there'll be about 1,100 people working from home. While people are set up to do that, obviously that will put a slight strain on some of the customer services. So it's kind of almost like head office are going into light mode, really. Now, it's important that we're aware that, you know, when we're making phone calls to head office, as a result of that, you know, that we're making important essential calls, really, that we're not just ringing up to complain about the colour of our bill or something like that. You know, their focus is really going to be on vulnerable customers, especially the ones on the prepay meters, and also broadband support calls, because people are going to be working at home and we need to make sure they get their broadband sorted. But, you know, please, if you can yourselves and expect slightly higher queue calls, call queues even. My words are all over the place this evening, excuse me. And also just relate that to our customers. You know, we are still working, we are still going, and we are keeping our lines open, unlike I heard this evening some of our competitors who've closed all their phone lines, which just seems crazy. But yeah, we do still have lines open and we've got the infrastructure in place, but there will be some level of impact. So yeah, that was great. Now, and then after that, we had the new SGL Tamsin come on and just give us a little bit of an overview as to some of the ways in which she's been tackling obstacles. So she actually moved house away from all her network of people a little while ago. So telephone appointments for her are just standard. And in the run to get to SGL for last week, she actually said she did something like 9 telephone signups. And there's lots and lots of different ways in which we can be, you know, creating skills to get out there and just get in front of people virtually. So I hope you've got pen and paper, because there's a few really good nuggets that she put out there that I want to really share with you here. Just little things like ringing people up and not necessarily even saying, can I make an appointment with you to call you back and explain it all. We've got a new, really simple, fast, slick presentation. Maybe, you know, have you got 10 minutes now? I can just take 10 minutes of your time, share some valuable information. It may or may not be for you, but I'm fairly sure that you'd know somebody who it would be of benefit to. Would that be okay? And then you just talk it through them and get them to do a cashback challenge, and see where you go from there. You know, judge their level of excitement, but you've got it in front of people. And ultimately, the success, as Lloyd would always say, the success in our business is in the show. The more people you show it to, the more results you're going to have. So ultimately, we just want to be getting the info straight in front of people, and approach it sympathetically. So we don't want to be going in their feet first, going, oh my goodness, this is the most amazing thing. Coronavirus is not affecting our business. We could earn loads of money, and you know, you all need to be doing this, because that's just not going to win any friends or influence people. We want to approach it with a conversation first and listen to what people's challenges are. And then, as with anything, offer to provide a solution if it's appropriate to do so. And just say, look, hey, you know, my business is having to move online, as is everybody else's. I'm a bit of a technophobe. Can I practice on you? You know, that's a great line, whether you're talking to somebody needing a conversation or not. It comes back to that whole favor group in the 5 levels of formality. Just ask a favor, but we're doing it in a slightly different way. Instead of asking to get in front of people and sit on their sofas, all we're doing is just saying, look, you know, I'm having to move this online. I need to practice my online skills. I'm a bit of a technophobe. Don't suppose you'd do me out and let me practice, do me a favor and let me practice on you, would you? Take 10 minutes of your time. It'll be some valuable information, may or may not be for you, but you know, I'm sure you'd know it, something you would know somebody that it would be of benefit to. So that's a really, really, really simple line and really simple phrase, but actually massively, massively effective. And she's also spent some time going back and talking to her friends and family, and ringing people up and going, you know, Joe Bloggs, who I met at your party. So I suppose I could have their number, could I? I was chatting to them, and I've got, you know, I think I could really help them. And just going back to your warm list and kind of getting more out of them. Equally, just be friend, just be, you know, just be there for people, and just say to people, look, do you fancy having a virtual cuppa? Let's just have a chat over Zoom or WhatsApp video, whatever works. But you know, do you fancy a virtual cuppa? Let's just keep that connection going, because there's a lot of people who are going to be by themselves, or you know, just a bit lonely or a bit bored. And ultimately, we've got an amazing community. We're massively lucky that not only is our business a really solid, stable business it's a massively stable, secure corporate entity that's there to support us. We've got the surety of residual income, but ultimately we've got a very positive community of like-minded people, and that is worth its weight in gold. So we need to make sure we maintain that. So instead of doing individual, you know, or stopping doing all your morning meetings or your tea and cake and calls, let's just make them virtual. Let's just have a virtual cup of tea and a chipmunk. and we need to just make sure we're looking for the opportunities, contact existing customers and just check in that they're okay. Create an environment for people to be innovative and, you know, and come up with different ideas. And that's where I'm going to really look to you guys to a certain extent as the team. You know, if you're out there, you know, on the coalface, chatting to people remotely or talking to people and coming up with ways in which you can work things to make things better, then come back and share the love and tell us all about it. Or if you've got new ways in which we can develop, or new scripts that you're finding are working for you, or just new little tweaks or things that you're doing that's becoming really effective, perfect. Let's do it. Share it with the rest of us. And then really the really key things I touched on earlier is that I want to really get to grips with how we want to be talking to people. We've got a phenomenal opportunity here. We know that. However, we don't want to be selling. We're not selling an opportunity here. We are helping. You know, we have a lifeline to give to people. Andrew said just before we finished on the call, we don't want to be forcing it down people's throats. We don't want to be, but it's not insensitive to tell them about it, because ultimately it could be their lifeline. And it's finding that balance. We don't want to be putting it to them in an insensitive way, but we're genuinely on a bit of a crusade. We have to be. We are obligated to tell as many people as possible about it, because so many people are suffering. And we're in an environment that doesn't necessarily mean that helping people is offering them a huge new income stream. It could just be giving them simplicity. It could just be, you know, being an ear to help them or to listen to them or something like that. But ultimately, we are a helping business, and that is what we really, really, really need to get coming out with the other side. It's the same on social media. You know, there's so many people that are just trying to panic us, and I've kind of pretty much put a ban on it, really. I can't cope with the negativity and panic and fear and everything else that's going on Facebook and the news. You know, we are there to actually be the kind of the calming voice in a world of craziness. And I think if we can do that and maintain it, then people will resonate with us and kind of be drawn to us a bit like a magnet, really. So yeah, we don't know what's ahead, but we do know that we've got a bright future ahead of us. And actually, as they said on the call, I'm trying to think, name escapes me. Yeah, anyway, I can't think. But anyway, there's a good quote that says our competitors aren't the likes of BT and Sky. What's going to hold us back is the likes of Netflix and football matches and EastEnders, although it was only on twice a week now. But it's the distractions in life that are what holds us back. And we need to get people to look beyond those distractions and actually get them to use their time more productively. So don't force it down people's throats, folks, please. But do be proactive. Do show people the way forward, and do be positive and keep being a beacon of light in what is an increasingly dark time at the moment. And to help with that as well, bit of a news flash, just to pick up the tone slightly, bit of a news flash for those of you who I haven't already told in a fit of excitement. This Sunday, 8:30, is our Team Happy conference call. This week is an absolutely do not miss opportunity, because we've got Clive Leach coming directly onto call just for us to help us, to chat to us, to give us the benefit of his amazing knowledge. Now, for those of you who don't know who Clive Leach is, when this business first started eons ago, there was two distributors who started right at the beginning of the company. One of them was Steve Critchley, and the other was Clive Leach and Diana Ross. So Clive is kind of like at the top of our tree. I mean, this guy earns more money in his sleep than we know what to do with in a decade. But he's phenomenal. He's very generous and caring, and very, very knowledgeable. and he's very excited to come and have a chat with Team Happy on Sunday night at 8:30. That's this Sunday, the 22nd. So please do put a note in your diary. He's going to be full of amazing top tips. He's going to be looking at different ways in which we can maximize the opportunity in this current climate. And ultimately, you know, the concept is going to be just keep calm and carry on. He's absolutely amazing. Please do not miss it. Dial in, set your timers and your alarms for 8:25, and make sure you dial in. I shall put the code up shortly, and it's going to be fab, and I'm really looking forward to it, and we're really honoured that he's coming to join us. So I will look forward to seeing you then. I hope this has been of use, folks. I've no idea how long I've waffled on for. I've got no idea what the timing is on this, but I hope that's been of use. I really wanted to feed back all of what's going on. I found the call really, really useful, and I hope that it has been a benefit to you too. I will look forward to catching up with you. Drop me some thoughts and ideas and suggestions for either Pizza Tuesday or anything we can do to move forward in an innovative manner, and add them into the group, and let's get some conversation going. Meanwhile, you're all blinking awesome. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking to people and keep sharing it, because the only way is up, despite what's the down that's going on outside in the world. But we can make this happen. All right, my lovelies, you take care. Have a fab few days, and I will look forward to seeing you again on Sunday evening with Clive Leach. Bye.